Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and friends of the rooster. Welcome or welcome back to my gaming channel. And welcome to a special video. This is a short tutorial I made on how to install and play your Doom engine games like Hexen, Heretic, Doom, the original Dooms, on Steam, and but playing them with a sourceport like GZDoom, while inside the Steam interface. So yeah, that's it. So let's start with step one, which is installing the game. So let's see how to install Hexen in this case. Well, this is very basic, but let's go over it once more. So you have your game in your library. You select install. You decide where to install it. It gets downloaded. These are small games, and it's ready to go. Now, as you can see, it can be played. One thing to keep in mind is that these DOS games basically come packaged with an instance of DOSBox. An instance of DOSBox which is already pre-configured, uh, hopefully to play the install game in the best way possible. So if you go and explore the files and check the folder, okay, you see the content of what you have installed. Okay, if you go inside, you'll see that there's the DOSBox file. Okay, now the thing to keep in mind is when you press play on Steam, the shortcut points at that DOSBox file over there. Okay, so keep this in mind in the future. Okay, also I'll show you very briefly. There's a every instance of DOSBox comes with its configuration file. Okay, you can tinker with this, by the way. Okay, manually editing or using other stuff, but yeah, you can, for instance, adjust the ratio, the resolution, and stuff like that. Now let's boot the game, and this is more or less what you get. Now I'm zooming in because it actually recorded at natural resolution, but this is pretty much what you get using DOSBox, which is so. Before downloading and installing our sourceport GZDoom, we want to prepare the ground for what we're going to do. And personally, I like to have two different installation of Hexen, for instance. One that is already pre-configured with DOSBox and another one with GZDoom. So what I'm going to locate the installing the folder where the game is installed. Okay, and I'm going to make a copy of it. Then one is I'm going to rename it like Hexen DOSBox or Hexen Hold, and I'm going to keep a new one where I'm going to install the sourceport. This way I can quickly, or rather quickly, switch between the two versions should I need, instead of having to redo everything from scratch. Now we can go and download GZDoom. That's pretty easy. So you look for it. Okay, GZDoom. Right now I think it sends, or at least when I recorded this footage, it sends you to GitHub. I'm not really an expert of GitHub, but I still was able to find it. So if I could find it, I'm sure you would do even better. So just identify the version you want to get, depending on your operating systems and your system in general, and just download it. Very easy. Okay, so now I'm going to open the package, the zipped package. I'm going to copy all the files in the new folder, okay, in the new directory, in the new folder where I copied all the files of Hexen, okay. And this is because GZDoom is basically like a container. Think of it as a gaming console where you plug in into the cartridge the WODs files, so the level files, and so it requires to have a thing nearby. Now remember what I said. When you click on play on Steam, it leads to the DOSBox file. So we need to rename the files. We want to rename the GZDoom exe or whatever. We want to rename it DOSBox. And the old DOSBox file, we can rename it DOSBox old or backup or whatever. This way, when we click play on Steam, it will point directly here, okay, and not to the DOSBox file, and it will start GZDoom, okay. Okay, so now we have our two folders, and the one active should be the one with GZDoom, okay, and this opens up GZDoom. Now keep in mind that GZDoom's search for all the compatible games for all the Doom engine games on your drive. So you have to pick one up, and I advise against clicking don't ask again, because otherwise you get stuck with that game, okay, and you have to do everything from scratch to change the game. So yeah, it's a little hassle. It will pop up and ask you what game you want to play. In this case, I have pretty much every Doom engine game available installed, so I have to pick one. So yeah, don't click don't ask again, let it ask you every single time. Pick the game and click OK. It will basically will do everything by itself, okay. You don't need configuration or other things. It should be ready to go. And here it is. As you can see, Hexen is in full screen, highly detailed. Let's see. All right, now you have Hexen on GZDoom. You can play it on Steam, but what if you want to switch back to the old version? Well, that's very easy. You open up the Steam apps common folders and just rename the two folders. Okay, remember that the folder called Hexen will be the one targeted by the play button from the Steam graphic interface. So you just need to rename that folder to Hexen and the other one to Hexen something else. And here it is, back to DOSBox version. Quick and easy. Okay, so that's all. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any requests, any questions about it, and I'll see you again soon with another video. Until then, take care and goodbye.